Hello, Bradley here. Today I just have one album. Make a little review of it. I'll try to not make it too long. So you can hear in the background, a little funk. This is Victor Wooten, Trypnotyx, a 2017 release on his own record label, which is called Vic's. Like I said, this is 3-piece. So you've got Victor Wooten, who he's the bass player for Bela Fleck and the Flecktones. That's him on the cover. And you also have Dennis Chambers playing drums and Bob Franceschini on saxes, flutes, and electric wind instruments and all that. Bob Franceschini, he plays all over the world. He's played with Paul Simon and that. And Victor Wooten, he's a highly regarded bass player. He's won many bass guitar polls and all that stuff. So he's excellent. Well, if you can hear this, it's funk. Kind of James Brown funk on this song. So primarily, I would call this primarily a funk album, a modern electronic funk album, although it's got other aspects of jazz and other styles of music on here. It's got 2 discs in this album. And that Trypnotyx name there, when I saw this, I thought, it reminds me of The Matrix, the movie. And maybe it is kind of. I guess you could say it's a very loosely based concept album. I don't know. Maybe just by the name of the titles, because it starts out with a little kind of a spoken word, a flight attendant, and that song's called Take Off. And then you have DC-10, Cruising Altitude, The 13th Floor, Final Approach, and Landing. So maybe a very loosely based concept album. Like I said, primarily funk, a little jazz in there. If I were to compare it to somebody, I would say it's got elements of Bela Fleck and the Flecktones in here, without the banjo, of course. Snarky Puppy elements in here. Of course, Snarky Puppy has like 14 members, and this is 3-piece. But still, it's got some of that same sound. I would say little splashes of Frank Zappa in there, using those accents, those quick accents, bum, 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 stuff like that. So anyhow, this has got like 12 songs on here. Now, they do use electronic ways and effects on this album. There's occasionally spoken word like in the background or something like that. And they also use, they call it CD scratching, which if you were older, you remember scratching vinyl. Well, in Pro Tools, I'm sure you can do the same thing with CDs. So that's what that is. And a lot of times they will use, it'd be electronic instruments using MIDI, the musical interface, digital interface. So you can kind of connect a lot of these instruments together and get different sounds. For example, Victor Wooten, at least on a couple songs, he will be playing bass, and also at the same time on his fretboard and all that, I think he kind of divides it up a little bit. He can play organ at the same time, real time, without overdubbing or anything. So he does that, and it sounds excellent. Bob Franciscini uses an instrument called the Roland Aerophone, I believe is what it is. And that basically I think it's a MIDI instrument where you can pull all types of different sounds. Like you could probably play piano on your saxophone or whatever. But a lot of times it's just straight ahead instrumental funk and jazz. This is I thought I would just try it out. It's actually a pretty good album. I've listened to other solo releases or whatever from Victor Wooten, and each one's a little different. This one's kind of funk based, I would say. I'm sure it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's interesting to me, and overall it's a good album. You know, I would rate it over 4 stars, you know. And when I got this, I think I got it from Amazon, whatever. And when I got the actual album, it's a gatefold, and it was really kind of almost distorted. I thought, well, I don't know if I can get this pressed down, which it took no time at all. It's fine now. And also the spindle hole, I had to get my kitchen knife and kind of ream that out a little bit. It was just way too tight, but a couple twists and it fits fine. Sonically speaking, this album is really, really good. It's sounds good, recorded well. So good deal. So if you're in the mood to try something a little different, check it out on streaming or whatever, and see if you like it. So that's my review for today. Everybody have a good day, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you the next time. See ya.